Before diving deep into the episode, I just want to say a massive thank you to you guys. So, we're all about building a space about wellness and personal growth. So we really want to bring the best conversation on Wellsome podcast. And in order to do that, I really ask you to support our journey, hit the thumbs up, just share the episode if you really think that it can resonate with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to keep up with us. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Wellsome, a podcast where wellness meets self development. I am Viky, and in each episode, we're going to dive deep into real conversations about health and personal growth. So, another season of Wellsome is over. I cannot believe that we are already on season 2. And now is a tradition that every end of the season, I have to do a solo podcast. I think it's an amazing tradition. I love to talk to you guys. And I also want to take advantage of this moment to just thank you so much for your support. I feel truly blessed that you guys are watching our episode, you like it, you interact. Please don't forget to subscribe because it really means a lot to us and it makes us grow so we can actually invite even more guests, more people, more conversations to inspire you even more. So today's episode, as you can see, I'm very chilled. I'm by myself. I just wanted to take advantage of this moment of the year, which is the last week of 2025, to just share with you a few insights that helped me a lot. And I just want to share these insights to you guys so you don't have to go through as I went through, even though I think everyone should have their own experiences. But if I can give you like some recommendations, or I can share with you the lesson that I got in 2025 in 20-30 minutes, I think you would save a lot of time, or at least you can actually reflect on that and maybe not going through all the mistakes that I did and just start from, another level. But let's talk about today the 9th lessons. And there's a reason why I'm saying 9, but you have to watch the entire episode to know why it's not 10th, but 9. The 9 lessons that I've learned in 2025 that I'm going to share with you exactly in half of a podcast. So not only you can reflect on this, you can get inspired, but you don't have to go through this and just learn just by listening to this podcast. So 2025 was a very interesting year for me. I don't know you guys, what you've been up to. I don't know how was your year. Please let me know in the comments. But for me, it was a year where I learned so many lessons in a very bad way, by the way, not on an easy ride, because, well, when God wants to give you, wants you to learn lessons, it's never an easy ride, and that's fine. So again, 2025 was interesting. A lot of lessons, a lot of losses, a lot of discussions, a lot of bad moments, but a lot of good moments. Because please don't forget that every single bad moment, every single cloud has a silver line. It means that doesn't matter how bad the moment, the situation, the person's is making you feel, if you can turn this into a blessing, you become a beast. You become unbelievably strong and powerful, and you can turn every situation into a blessing. Doesn't matter what's happening to you. And if you're able to do that, your awareness, your mental capacity, and your strength, your resilience is growing, and so do you. And you can build, and you can imagine, and you can experience unbelievable things. Trust me. So let's start from the first lesson that I got this year. And actually, this first lesson, I think it came from my experience. I mean, it's not a surprise. My first solo podcast was about the heartbreak that I went through and everything that I did to just overcome these bad moments. Again, always trying to see the silver line in every cloud. And I think this lesson is coming from this experience, but also from the many, many podcasts that I did with people.
And somehow this topic is always coming up. Listen up. The healthier the relationship, the more your nervous system is regulated. Or we can do actually the opposite. The more your nervous system is regulated, the better your relationship will be. So imagine that your nervous system is your body's central control, and it just operates in a way that it absorbs all the signals from internal signals and external signals, elaborated and have an impact on your body. Good impact, bad impact. But the nervous system is operating very well when you feel safe. Safety is not a feeling that, unfortunately, we value a lot, but I think this is a topic that in the future it will be discussed so much, because safety is actually what makes a body working properly, is what it makes us healthy. It is what makes our mental health better. Like, safety is a feeling that I think it's so undervalued, but yet is the main one that we have to take care if we really want to feel healthy physically, spiritually, mentally, and basically in every area of our life. So I think once you have a very good nervous system, I mean, when it is regulated, you're attracting just better people. Because when your nervous system is not regulated, you're in this fight or flight state. It means that you're in constant stress and your body is as if you're running in a forest and a lion is behind you trying to catch you. And when you are in this state, nothing good happens. I'm telling you, nothing. Doesn't matter if it's a person, doesn't matter if it's a situation, doesn't matter if it's a work, it doesn't matter if it's an event, family, but if something or somehow or someone is making you feel like this, is making your nervous system not operating in a safe way, you just have to cut it off. Because when we feel safe, we actually attract better opportunity, better people, no toxicity, no narcissism, no anything. We just feel in our body. We just feel safe in our body, in our mind. And we reflect this state of safety even outside. So if you really want to attract a relationship that is healthy, I think the first thing that you have to take care of is your nervous system. Once your nervous system is safe and regulated, you're no longer chasing this fake dopamine. You're no longer attractive for people like narcissists or psychos, or just people that just want to waste your time, or maybe they're not regulated. Maybe they're not necessarily bad people, but they're not regulated, and makes you feel unregulated. So work on your nervous system. Feel safe in your own body as much as you can, so you can actually attract people, situations, and events that just mirror your state of safety. This is the first lesson that I've learned. And, I think if you haven't watched my solo podcasts, you have to, because it's full of insights, and I'm sure that you guys will relate. It doesn't matter if it's for women or for men. I was in a very dysregulated relationship where clearly the partner that I had, it was very, I don't want to say toxic, it's not the right word, but it was very dysregulated due to many things. And this impacted my nervous system so much that I think I took, not gonna lie, a few months to get rid of this feeling and feel safe in my own body again and feel confident again. So guys, just make sure that you're partnering up with the right people that makes you feel safe, people that makes you feel valuable, people that don't make you wonder, oh my God, am I doing something wrong? Oh my God, am I doing something right? Oh my God, maybe I should change this. No. This is not love. This is not friendship. This is just dysregulation. So please don't exchange dopamine, butterflies, and just love birth sensations with love. This is dysregulation and not love. Love is safety. This is a very big lesson, I know, but I started with the big one. Second, if you don't believe it will succeed, it will not succeed. Okay, so I don't know. You don't know anything about my previous experiences when it comes to business, when it comes to life, because I'm always try to, of course, get information and conversations from my guests. So I think I still have a lot to share. But basically, I used to co-own a startup before, 2 years ago. And it lasted for basically for 4 years, 2 years in the making, another 2 years of activity. And even if I was working so hard, I put all of my energy in it. I swear with you guys, in the back of my mind, and this is, I just realized it later, I just thought, I don't think this is gonna succeed. And guess what? Well, I don't know how they are right now, but it didn't succeed for me. And eventually I needed to sell my shares because I just realized that this was not for me. I was very not aligned with what I thought it was my business purpose. And it doesn't matter, guys, what you're doing on a conscious level. If subconsciously you're sabotaging yourself, you're not going that far. So please, the biggest gift that you can do to yourself, especially by thinking, oh, there's a new year ahead of us, is try to talk to yourself in the most kind and optimistic way possible. Because, for example, if you're embarking in a new business journey, if you subconsciously believe that you're not gonna make it, you're not going to make it, because our subconscious mind runs the show. This is something that I said so many times. This is something that also our guests are saying every time they come to the podcast. Our subconscious mind runs the show. It means that if consciously you're doing actions that are not aligned with what you subconsciously think, first of all, you will not manifest what you want. Second of all, I'll give you an example. If you start a business and consciously you're working as if you're actually, doing the right thing, and you're as if you're going to succeed, but subconsciously you think that you're not, guess what? Guys, you're not. Doesn't matter how much energy you're going to put in. So the biggest gift and the biggest lesson that I learned is that doesn't matter what I do consciously, if subconsciously I don't believe in myself, I don't believe in the people in front of me, I don't believe in what I'm doing, nothing is going to happen and I will not see results. So I invite you all next year to just take a moment to understand in which way am I talking to myself when no one is around, when I'm alone and I'm working on my project, on my dreams, or I'm thinking about the love of my life, that I want to attract the love of my life. Do I really believe that I'm worthy of it? Do I really tell myself that I deserve it? Because guys, you do, but you just have to believe it. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how much work you do, it will not come. Third lesson, faster you learn the lesson, faster you grow. Okay, I also want to hear your opinion on this, so please comment down below. This year, I just learned that if God, the universe, or whoever you believe in wants you to learn a lesson, you will see patterns. What does it mean? For example, I think my biggest, the lesson that I've learned this year was to not overgive. And the world, universe, God, really wanted me to learn these lessons. But somehow I was not learning by myself. So what does it happen? God, the universe, is putting you in situations where, or is putting people in front of you that maybe are overtaking. Because you have to learn these lessons. You have to stop this loop. You have eventually to also suffer. So this is not going to happen again. So a lot of time happened that I was attracting the same guy with the same traits, maybe perfect on the outside, but on the inside, very disconnected, very unavailable. and not giver at all, really not giver. So I was constantly put in a position where I should have given more. But the truth is that, like, every single time that I was overgiving, so I was not learning my lesson, this person all of a sudden disappeared. But then another one similar came, until I just realized, well, this is clearly a lesson. Guys, if there's a partner in your life, if there's a person, like, probably you're gonna experience many different people, but with the same energy, or you're gonna see the same type in different bodies. For example, we're talking about love now. So I was seeing the same person in different bodies, the same guy in different bodies. And at some point, I was just like, why is this happening to me all the time? And the same pattern is repeating, until I just realized, well, it must be a lesson. Because if there's a repetition and I don't change the situation, it means that I'm not evolving and I haven't really got the lesson. So what I did is I cleared out my path, and I just realized that I just talk to the universe and God and say, next time that you're sending me someone that is a overtaker, and you put me in a position of overgiving to just test me, I will show you that I'm no longer overgiving unless this person is worthy of it. And I will respect my boundaries, because overgiving is not healthy. So again, another person, same pattern came, and the outcome was completely different, because this time I learned my lesson and I said, okay, so I'm not going to waste other years of my life not learning the lesson and keep on welcoming the same person in different bodies. This time I'm just going to cut it off. And guess what? I am not diving deep into details, but I no longer attracted this type, because I learned my lessons. And universe and God is testing you many times before giving you what you think you are worthy of. So faster you learn the lesson, faster the growth will happen, and faster what you're really praying for, it will come to you. But you have to be fast in spotting the pattern, learning the lesson, and move on. Number 4, don't believe everything that you see on social media, except when you're watching Wellsome. So it's so crazy that nowadays everyone has the potential to just express what they think and give advices on, doesn't matter if it's love, finance, money, whatever. Don't get me wrong, I find it beautiful, but I think I find it also very confusing. So recently, every time I was opening social media, I was opening Instagram in particular, Instagram and TikTok, I would say. I saw many people talking about maybe the same topic, can be business or can be relationship. I think those are the two main topic of interest in general, especially if you're in your 30s and you want to open your business or you want to find the love of your life. And the amount of advices, the amount of lessons, the amount of statements that I've heard overwhelmed me to a point that I didn't know anymore what was my opinion. What's my opinion on this? Because I've heard this coach saying this, and then I heard another guy saying that, and then I heard a psychologist say this, but is she legit to say this? But then I heard a random guy from TikTok saying this, and maybe it must be true. To a point that I was so confused that I didn't even know what I was thinking about this topic. And what you think is what you create in your life. So my belief system creates my identity, and my identity creates my reality. So it's very important for you guys to just, first of all, understand what's your direction, what's your belief system. Doesn't matter who's talking on social media. Who are you? What do you think if tomorrow social media will shut down? What do you think? What's your belief system? because this is so important. Because if your belief system is strong, you can actually take advices from people on social media, but you still have your free will and your foundation to just understand if this advice is for you or it's not for you. I got very confused actually, especially at the beginning of the year. I was listening to so many podcasts, I was listening to so many TikToks, I was listening to a lot of self-development things, and I was still do because this is my passion. But on the other side, I at some point I just felt overwhelmed to a point that I didn't know who to believe. Is she true? What did she say is true? But then I'm trying to apply on my life and it didn't work. And then, oh, but everyone is different. So why should we generalize? Lots of confusion. So guys, please don't believe everything that you see on social media if you haven't built your belief system and your ideal and your foundations. Because if you have a strong foundation of what you believe in and your principles and your values, it doesn't matter what you're listening on social media. You will have the power to understand that if this person is worthy to follow or not. So what I did is I completely detoxified myself from social media for a week. It helped because I was not confused anymore. I wrote down exactly what do I think about this topic? What's my belief system? What are my boundaries? What are my values? What is it that I'm looking for? And can be business, can be friends, can be relationship. What is my non-negotiable? And then I came in social media again and I check all the list of my followers or people that I just follow, maybe coaches or people, and I just decide who was worthy to be followed or not. And you decide who's worthy to be followed or not. Even now, watching this podcast, you have the free will to decide if what I say to you, it's worthy to be listened or not. But in order to do that, you have to be strong in what you believe, because you have to choose the mentor, the coaches, and the people you're listening, because our environment is impacting us so much that maybe a wrong word from the wrong person can really influencing you in a way that is not really good. So don't believe everything you see on social media and just try to understand who's worthy to follow, and follow people that really resonate with your belief system, that you're really inspired of. Just check also if these people are preaching what they're saying in real life. Just trying to understand if what they're saying on social media is aligned with their daily life. And just try to surround yourself in your digital platform to surround yourself by people that you truly are inspired of, you truly resonate with, and you can actually take advices from. So, number 5, if you feel stressed or depressed, check your blood. And you will say, what? What do you mean, Vicky? I'm telling you, this is actually a true but also funny story. I'm a health coach myself. I'm into wellness since 5 years. So of course I would recommend anyone to do blood tests at least once a year. Somehow I did. Every year I do blood tests. But this year I think I postponed it a little bit because I was very busy, and I thought that, I don't know, at the end of the year I would have done it, whatever. But starting from beginning of 2025, I started to feel exhausted, guys. I was exhausted all the freaking time. And this exhaustion state led me to be completely sad, completely depressed, to a point that I thought, I think I should leave Dubai. I think I should change my friends. I think it made me question about what I was doing because I was not happy. And then I was just like, okay, whatever. I was not really linking the depression and sad state to my physical health, because I consider myself very healthy. And again, I did the blood test 1 year ago and everything seems to be fine. But this is exactly the example that you have to check all the time, because I decided to do some blood tests because, I mean, it was time for me to do that. And guess what? My vitamin D level was so low that even the nurse was shocked. I was like, wow, like everyone is deficient in vitamin D, but your deficiency is just next level. So I was like, okay, so let's try to do something about it. Because apparently it's very connected to stress, depression, sadness. But again, I was just like, okay, maybe these will make me feel more, less tired. So I did this infusion, I did this IV drip of vitamin D, and I started to take supplements. Guys, like my mood changed so much since I changed this in my life and I integrate vitamin D. I was just shocked. I was just shocked to just realize how much our physical health and our vitamins can determine if I'm sad or I'm depressed. So, guys, this is like an invitation to just understand if your depressive state, your sadness, your moody, your moodiness, I can say moodiness, your mood swings is really connected to something that you're living, or you're just deficient. Because I was sad because I was deficient. And once I understand that, I just understood how much our health can impact our mental state. And this is insane. So maybe you're not depressed, maybe you're not sad, maybe you're not overthinking. Maybe your mood swings is just because you're deficient in vitamins. So please, guys, this is just an invitation of checking your blood test and checking your blood in general and your vitamins, because when you have deficiencies, your mental health can also be compromised. And since then, you see me like a flower, healthy, radiant. My sleep is amazing. I mean, if you follow me on social media, it's no secret that I've been struggling with sleep. Now it's getting better. And all because I fixed my vitamin D. Can you believe it? Then, impact over money. Oof, that's a long one, but I try to resume it. So I think in today's society, we actually like said that social media also sometimes can have a big impact, like a negative impact on our mental health. But I truly believe also that social media and technology gave us a lot of opportunity to just be even more successful than before. However, sometimes we're so focused on making money, so on the superficial side, which is maybe superficial is not the word, but on the outcome, like monetary, financial outcome of what we're doing, that we forgot about something that it's even more powerful, which is impact. So I think impact over money, it means that when you're doing something at work, I mostly talk about work, or maybe if you're into charity, or maybe you just have a purpose that gives you monetary, return. Instead of only focusing on the monetary return, I think if you really want to build an empire, you should focus more on the impact that you're making on people rather than the monetary side. Because if you only focus, this is something that I've learned from my grandpa this year. Unfortunately, he's not here with us anymore. But I just saw it after he died, that his work was not distinguished from the amount of money he did. It was distinguished from the impact that he had in many people's life. And this made me resonate a lot and made me thought, like I thought a lot about this. And I always wanted to share with you guys, because if you're only making money for the sake of making money, First of all, you're not necessarily on purpose. Your purpose is just money, but money is something that is between. This is not the end goal. Money is never the end goal. It's like a transfer. It's not the end goal. So if you're focusing only on money, you're not on purpose. And second, you might not succeed in a way that what you're doing is really getting like a ripple effect and change society and behaviors in a way that it will make you eventually build your empire. But if you're focusing on impact, for example, let's say that you have a product. This product is helping people to feel better. If you're only focusing on money, first of all, you're taking away the power that your product have to just change people's life, and you're just putting the focus on the money. Eventually, people will realize that. And the consumer, which now it's so smart because the consumer has so many options now, can really understand if you really want to just sell something just for the sake of money, or you really care about the impact that you can potentially have on the consumer's life to just change them for the better. And eventually, if the consumer realizes that your product has been made to have a positive impact on his or her life, this person will be a very loyal client in the future, and eventually it will make you making even more money. But if you're only focusing on money without caring at all about the purpose and the impact that you're having in people's life, I don't think this is gonna go very far. And if you're going very far because maybe your monetary account is getting bigger and bigger and your financial capacity is getting bigger and bigger, at some point you will ask yourself, why am I doing this? So better to change direction before. Oh, I love this lesson. Be patient. This is something that I should write down on my forehead for 2026 because I'm the most impatient person on the planet, guys. I know. I mean, I'm just being honest. And let me know if you're the same. This is a lesson that I point the finger on myself, but I also want to share with you this. A lot of things happen in this year very fast. I had very fast people coming in my life. They left very fast. I had a lot of opportunities coming very fast. They left very fast. So I just realized that the best people, the best things take time because you cannot really build something valuable fast. Imagine that you're getting butterflies and imagine that something is coming to you very fast and very easy and very intense. Somehow this has to assess somehow because this peak, it's not sustainable over time. So if you go like this, eventually you have to assess, which is very difficult, by the way. And 90% of the time it's not happening because it's just crashed down. So I just realized that all the fast things that happen in my life, they just left very fast. While the most magical and important relationships, events, people, opportunities, I cooked them very slow because they were meant to stay and they were meant to stay longer. And if a person is meant to stay, why not taking more time? But if something is going very fast, guys, I just want to warn you, just take a step back and just realize, why is it going that fast? Is it meant to stay longer? And try to assess the situation in a way that once is in a balanced state of flow, is it still working? Or it worked only because it has this peak of dopamine, because dopamine plays a big role in this. So trying to understand, this is an exercise that I would recommend, trying to understand, are the most important things in your life, did they came fast? Did they came slow? Was it like a slow process? Probably not. Let me know. Oh, this is a very good business advice that I got this year. Ask for mentorship. So I cannot say more, but I mean, you already know that I care about this podcast so much to a point that I really want this to grow and to become something even more elevated. But I also have another project going on, which is going to be a product. And I've never done this before. I mean, I used to co-own a startup, or it was something a little bit different. And I never really thought about asking for help. Maybe because it was not in my mind, because I've never seen someone asking for mentorship before. And second, because somehow I thought, well, maybe I'm still in a phase where, I don't know, I just connected mentorship to maybe a person that has a lot of years of experience, or maybe is running a company since thousands of years, and maybe in that stage he needs or she needs a mentor because they already, overpassed the startup phase. But then I was like, wait a second, there is one specific thing that I'm not very good at. Why don't I ask for help? And why don't I ask for mentorships? Because there are many mentors out there, and there are a lot of people that maybe they've done things and they're willing to teach and to inspire people to do the same, or to teach them how to do it. And guess what? I got a mentor, and the amount of things that I realized during the mentorship is insane. Not only I just realized what I don't want, which is very important, because sometimes mentorship is just also to make you realize what you really want and what you don't want, what you can do, what you really can't do. But I'm super grateful because I think that through mentorship, you can really elevate the capacity and the resilience of your mindset. And mindset when it comes to business is everything, because again, we come back to the same. Like when you think that you can do something, then eventually it will come. And if you're humble enough to just understand that there are a few things that you cannot do, you can either ask for help or just get a mentor to just help you learn this. And I think I was not really in the state of mind to get a mentor. And once I started, I was just so happy that I got this, because my business and entrepreneurial skills that I will need so much next year, you will see why, they just got way better. Even if like now I'm still in this phase of like growth and development and not launched yet, I like the way also I manage my team for the podcast. It elevates so much, and I felt more confident. So I really recommend you guys. Doesn't matter if you're a freelancer or if you're a business owner, or I don't know, also if you want to pursue a very specific career, but maybe you don't feel confident enough to have the skills or have the capacity or the management skills for it, ask for mentorships, because there are many mentors out there. And there are also people that maybe they did this before, what you really want to do now, that they cannot wait to give you advices. So ask for mentorship. And last but not least, be brave, be a unicorn. And you would be like, oh, this is so lame. Oh, what does it mean? I'm telling you. So I truly believe that everyone has its own personality, its own, again, belief. Again, everyone is unique. But somehow, sometimes we're so scared of showing our true self, because maybe we've been conditioned to just be the same. Maybe we see our friends being a certain way and we are not, so we just want to fit in. I think it's just fear of fitting in and fear of not being loved. And I think I had this for my entire life. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I think I was trying to fit in my entire life. This year, I just realized that more I'm trying to fit in, more I'm not like people are not understanding me because maybe they see something that I don't see. I'm not necessarily more included as I hope. I'm not necessarily more loved because it's not authentic. So once you really embrace your authenticity and you really allowed yourself to be this unicorn and be unique and be who you are, only people that really loves you will stick. Because if you try to be someone else or try to diminish yourself or try to be like somehow maybe everyone is doing A and you're doing B, but then you're scared that your B state is not welcomed or is not people are not understanding what you're doing or this is weird. Guess what? It will not help. You just do the opposite. You think that you're gonna be included, you think you're gonna be loved, but people eventually will see who you are and will not understand why you just want to fit in and see this as an insecurity rather than a state of confidence, and you will eventually attract people that makes you feel exactly the same. So what I really want to convey today, the message that I feel it's so powerful is that don't be scared to be a unicorn. Unicorn is exactly a person who doesn't matter who's around her, doesn't matter who's around him, doesn't matter what he does, what she does. She or he knows who he or she is, not scared of showing, not scared of being truly him or herself, and the rest will follow. Because again, if we're trying to fit in, we're trying to make ourselves small, we are attracting exactly people that are mirroring what we're trying to do. So probably you're going to attract people that makes you feel small, makes you not feel welcomed, not feel confident, puts you a lot of insecurities. So once you really earn your true self, you really attract people that loves you for who you are and not who you're trying to be. Because who you're trying to be is not authentic. So somehow, at some point, it will show up. Or maybe you're going to burn out from this mask that you put on. So guess what? This is not no longer serve you. And at some point, maybe you just open your eyes and just realize, why am I here? Those are not my people. This is not my space. I don't like what I'm doing. Oh, but my true self, my heart is not aligned with this. So why am I here? What am I doing? And then eventually you have to change again and to trying to find yourself again. So why don't you start now so you don't have to do what I've been through? I think journaling helps a lot because I just wrote down exactly who's Viky. So I opened a page and I started who's Viky. Who's Viky from Viky's perspective, not from my friends, my mom, my parents, my lover. Who's Viky for Viky? Viky is A, B, C, D. Okay, perfect. But maybe Viky is surrounded by people that are loving for A, B, C, D. Yes or no? And what does Viky want? Viky wants C, D, F. Okay, perfect. Is her surrounding aligned with this purpose? Yes or no? So I think we're in a time where there's so much confusion out there that this real secret is just come back to ourselves, be as much authentic as possible. And if people feels authenticity, can only first love you for who you are, because this is what you're showing. You're showing who you are. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. Take it or leave it. And second, authenticity builds trust. So if people sees you that you're authentic, people will trust you. Maybe they will eventually not liking you or liking you so much, but if they like you, they will also trust you because they know that what you're showing is authentic. But in order to be authentic, we need to take a step back, try to not be distracted or influenced by many voices. We come back to the point of social media, and try to understand what really works for you. Who's Vicky when no one is watching? Who are you when no one is watching? Try to ask this question, and I'm sure by journaling, I'm sure by just take a moment for yourself, just being silent. Sometimes we're never silent. We're always like talking or buzzing or listen or to things. Try to get a moment, try to be still, try to be present, and try to understand who you are. And once you understand who you are, you're accepting who you are, and you're exactly doing what you love without any filter, without any fakeness. You're gonna see who and what you're gonna attract, and you're gonna be shocked and more happy. So 9 points of about all the lessons that I've learned in 2025 that I really hope are inspiring for you to just reflect on yourself. And you just have to listen to the podcast, and you just have to absorb them, because I think they're very valuable. And so you don't have to go through, all the lessons that I've been through. You just have to reflect on them and then eventually even upgrade faster. But the reason why I shared 9 points is because the number 10, it will come from you. So I want to know in the comments, and I want to know in the comment section exactly what is the lesson that you've learned in 2025 that really changed your life and you feel that you want to share. Please comment down below, because I really want to hear that. And it's going to be our number 10. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I really hope this solo podcast was helpful. And I'll see you in the next one. And I wish you happy 2026.